Howdy YouTube, and welcome to this episode of the Gunman. So I thought I'd give you guys a bit of an update on my little Corolla. So I've done some paint protection on this car in the last sort of month or so, and I thought I'd give you guys an update on how it's looking after a month down the track. So I did the entire front end in, I guess you'd call it like a bit of a car bra, like a front end protection. And I did the roof in black. So I'm actually recording this on my phone today because I did leave my GoPro at work. But I thought this would be a good spot for it because, as you can see here, we're sort of half in the sun and half in the shade. So if it doesn't show the full effect up in the sun, we'll have a look at it in the shade. So you should get a good look at it. Now, one thing that you'll probably notice is that I actually flaked the bonnet out. So the full, well, the bonnet and the fenders, I sort of blended the flake over those fenders. Now, the front end is looking fabulous. It really is looking great after a month, in the sun, and it might even be like a little bit longer than a month. So another thing I've actually been doing lately is getting into some of the ceramic coatings. So what I decided to do is go put half of this bonnet with the ceramic coating. So that's like the Sonac ceramic coating on that half. And on this half, I used the Meguiar's Carnauba wax. Now, when I was washing it down, I could see that the side with the Carnauba wax, and I'll give you guys a look in a minute, but we'll have a look around the rest of the car first. So the side with the Carnauba wax, after, it's exactly 4 weeks now, actually. So 4 weeks ago, Carnauba wax on that side, and when you hose it, it's just starting to cling. Whereas this side, it's still beating up and it's got that good hydrophobic properties. So that aside, the way I sprayed this one here, when I was doing the HALO EFX, that is, so the way that I sprayed it was I put the flakes down first, and then I put a further 5 or 6 coats of the HALO EFX over the top, and then 2 coats of clear, right? So there's no spots where the flakes are poking through the clear coat. However, with this roof, it was literally an afterthought to put flakes on it. So I put the 6 coats of black down first, and then as I was doing the flakes on the bonnet, I just thought, hey, I've got them in the gun now, I may as well do flakes on the roof, which they do look pretty cool. That's actually a good shot there. You can see all the different colors. It can be hard to pick up those flakes on camera sometimes, but wow, aren't they dancing in the sun? That's really cool. But the downside of the way that I did this is that because I put the HALO EFX black down first, and then I put the flakes down second, and then just 2 coats of clear over the top. What's happened? You might not be able to see it quite perfectly in this light, but I can actually see that everywhere that there's a little flake, where's my finger? There it is. Everywhere that you've got one of these little flakes, like here, they're starting to bust through. So they are actually starting to bust through the clear coat, and it's resulting in a pretty hazed off, unperfect finish. You can see even in that angle that actually I can see in my view window there. That is really not a great finish. So it's something that I was able to buff up, but it's really not going to look much better than that, short of, I'm pretty confident I could flow coat it if I really wanted to, but being that this is really just a peelable layer, I'm really not that worried. Another thing is I've got a little bit of a build up here, but I'm not too worried about it because this HALO EFX is a sacrificial layer. I'm not too worried about the imperfect edges. Like you can actually also see here, I must have not masked that quite perfectly. I don't even think I cared. To be honest, I actually remember masking this up and saying to myself, you know what, let's just see what it does. I knew I wasn't masking that properly and I didn't care. Like if I was doing this properly, I would have pulled them out. These are really easy moldings to pull out. So I just worked around the product, and let's see if we can get another good look at how this has came up here. So this is another thing I did mention in my videos there. I really should have pointed the gun like up around this way and got a little bit more material in there. So what happened there is it's gone all dry. My overspray's gone all dry, and then when I was buffing, all the overspray from the buff has got in there, and because it's such a rough textured finish, it's just not smooth. But yeah, I might find there's not enough of the HALO EFX there to nice and peel it off in like one nice even sheet. So what I might actually have to do is get some xylene, because it's a xylene based product, and then wash it off with that. I've heard that you can use high pressure cleaners, but what I actually did on here, so I'll have a look down here. So those who have seen the video will remember that I sprayed like a whole section through here black, and that was literally for a sacrificial lamb to see how we can get it off and to show how it comes off. Now I used the high pressure cleaner, and where was it? It was somewhere around here, and it started peeling up the badge. I think it's here where that O is. You see that? So just do be careful if you are trying to remove the halo effects with the high pressure cleaner around badges, because yeah, those high pressure cleaners can be pretty powerful. So look, the consensus I came to with badges is next time I would pull them off. Next time I'd probably pull that off. But I mean, it's one of those things you could say, well, pull it off now, or if you do want to spray over them, that'll be fine. But then when you go to peel the layer off, maybe pull them off, and then you can peel your halo effects off a little bit easier. But I got some tweezers inside here, and it was really tricky to get off. I started scratching there. You can see like a scratch or two inside the badge, and I'm like, no, I don't want to damage my paint work any more than I already did with those 2 or 3 little scratches. So I left it, and I'm just, for now, look, I'm happy to live with. You can barely see that, like it's only because we're so close. It doesn't bother me. I'm not the biggest fusspot with my car, although I kind of am. I do actually like a nice, neat car. I've actually been having a lot of fun cleaning my car every single weekend these days. But what I've decided I'll do with this roof, I'm driving back to Victoria sometime next year. And when I do get back to Victoria, what I might actually end up doing is peeling this off and go permanent with the black roof, because I actually wanted to do a black roof on this Corolla for years, right? But I wasn't quite sure how it was going to come up. Now I know how good it looks, and it really does suit the car. I'm happy to go permanent. So what I'll do is I'll peel this Halo FX off one day, and then I'll just do a standard paint. 2-pack paint, I'll just standard base coat, and then like a permanent black roof on the car, and I will improve on all these edges here. Another thing that I did, like, these edges actually look quite good here. So again, there's a very minor little bit here that I must have not masked quite properly, but the rest of it around here actually looks quite neat. From memory, I can't quite remember if I did use fine line. However, I think I would have. I think I would have used fine line around here. And I did use fine line across there, and that's a nice crisp clean edge, and it doesn't want to peel, if you know what I mean. So yeah, look, I see the biggest selling point of this halo is more as a paint protection, and then over the top of your halo, there's nothing, because you've got your standard 2-pack clear over the top of it, there's nothing to stop you from putting your ceramic coating like I've done here. And you can go all custom. However, I actually had someone leave a comment. He said he's been using this stuff for like 5 years or something. And I used the flakes on the front end here. But what I did is, remember I was saying at the start, I put the flakes down first, and then I put like 5 coats of the halo over the top of it, and then my 2-pack clear. So what that's done is it's actually made for a great finish. So I don't have any of those flakes popping through the clear coat like I do over here. But what he said is that because you put your flakes down first, they can actually start eating into the original paint underneath. So look, I hope that doesn't happen to me. But look, on the other hand, I've got the skills to fix it, no doubt. I mean, I was thinking maybe a clay bar, if it comes to that. I might be able to get that if they are sort of stuck into the original paint underneath. Or even a tungsten denibbing block or something like that. I'm pretty confident, like, I'll be able to get them off. So even these headlights, like I didn't realize until I had a closer look at them, that they've actually started going. If you look through here, can you see that? They've started cracking up. So again, straight up halo straight over those headlights is going to at least stop it where it is. It's not going to continue to get any worse. And later down the track, I probably will remove them, remove those headlights, and sand them back and give them a coat of clear. But yeah, you can see here, it's again, they're starting to go, unfortunately. But yeah, it's not even that old of a car. They really don't make stuff like they used to. I know it's a bit of a cliche saying, but yeah, it's like 2014 and it's been looked after pretty well, better than most cars, as you can probably notice. I actually sprayed these wheels probably a year or two ago. I reckon they look great too. I like the little attention to detail with, I touched that up. So I just got like and that's actually the same as the body color if you didn't notice. So I just got like a little touch up brush and did the Toyota emblem. I reckon that looks pretty cool. But I do agree with one person that left a comment, said, he looked at a photo of my car and he said, man, I reckon those wheels would probably look better gloss black, like the roof. I think you're probably right. Maybe that's something that I'll do down the track again as well. That's actually one thing I was going to say. Now, I actually did get the video footage of myself buffing my Corolla here, but it was really not that good because I was playing around, because I got a new GoPro, right? I was playing around with the video settings on that GoPro, and as it turns out, I had the right settings for the spray booth to stop the flickering in the spray booth, but then when I was in the sunlight, it was all overexposed, and because I was sort of like buffing my car here, that little bit of sunlight saturation through here, it actually made most of the footage pretty much unusable, unfortunately. But I do actually have a new orbital buff coming soon, so that'll be a good excuse to do another polishing video. And yeah, because as I say, like the footage of buffing this really didn't come up that great. But have a look at how, actually that's another thing I wanted to do, give you guys a look at how the water beads, but have a look at how flat that is. Like I did actually, to be fair, I did buff that all flat. I sanded it down with like 1500 and then 2000. There's some minor orange peel through there, but all in all, it looks killer. And let's do what I said before. We'll get this hose out. And I don't want to go and get it too wet because I did just chamois the whole car down. But if you have a look at this side here, look at that. It's literally bone dry. It's amazing, that ceramic coating, I swear. But then on this side, let's see if we can get a bit of exposure. It's actually not too bad, but it's starting to, you can see how it's starting to, see that? How it's starting to take a little while for it to, it's like grabbing, the water's grabbing to the clear on this side. Like it's not terrible, don't get me wrong, but that's only after 1 month. And as I said, remember that's the Maguire's wax, Canuba wax. Yeah, this side here is the Sonax ceramic coating, CC36. So yeah, it's a total different ball game over here. Like there's no grabbing, you know what I mean? Yet straight away you can see over there, the water's grabbing to it. So yeah, look, I have a bit of a deeper understanding of these ceramic coatings now, and just basically think of it as a wax that lasts for like a couple of years. I mean, yeah, I've yet to see how they hold up myself over a couple of years, but from what I see online, they really do last for quite a long time. So it's like an ultra thin layer between your clear coat and yeah, the top layer. So hope you guys have enjoyed watching this. If you have, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell if you haven't already, and until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out. I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone for watching, and if you'd like to support the channel further, you're more than welcome to go over and check out some of the merchandise we've got. My personal favourite is those spray suits, so they're a good quality Colad branded spray suit with a Gunman logo on it. There's also hats, drink coolers, hoodies and t-shirts, so be sure to go over and check out the link in the description if you are interested. All that aside, I'd just like to say a big thanks for watching, and that is enough to support the channel. But as I say, if you'd like to go the next step, then be sure to check out some of that merchandise. Thanks for watching, and until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out.